So, hey y'all. I wanted to come on. Remember, I said that I wanted to start doing car chronicles, which is basically just stories in my car because I got stories for days. I think I'm going to call it Nadine Car Chronicles. But anyway, you could chime in and let me know what you think. Anyway, today I want to tell y'all a story because here's the deal. These stories are meant to encourage you. If you feel stuck, it's to get you unstuck. If you feel blocked, it's to get you out of that mindset that somebody can actually block you and succeed. Right? If you're just feeling defeated in life, if you're just feeling like, this is the cards that has been dealt to me and so I just got to deal with it. I'm here to disrupt that mentality and encourage you out of that, because you see, how a man thinks becomes who they are. So we got to start thinking different in order to see different. So I'm here for all of that, and to encourage you that we serve a sovereign God, which means the God who created the sun, the moon, and the stars, the universe, the God who created the world and everything therein, has everything under his control. And that same sovereign God is also providential, which means that big God shows up in the details of your life and of my life. So with that said, here's the story. Back in the days, I still have a best friend. I had a best friend then from the second grade, and she's still my best friend today, Tanya. So one day in high school, I go to Tanya's house, and on her front porch was this guy that was extremely attractive. So I go upstairs and I say to Tanya, "Who's the guy on the front porch?" And she was like, "Nope, I'm not going to introduce you to him." And I'm like, "Why not?" And so she was like, "No, because he's a good guy." Now, for context, my life was a hot mess. I was broken. And what broken people do is they break things. And so she knew that had I been in his life, it would have been a mess. I would have bring my brokenness into that situation. And so the relationship would have been broken anyway. So she didn't introduce us. So maybe 6 weeks later, 4 or 5 weeks later, I'm with another friend named Tasha. And she said to me, "Nadine, walk with me over to so-and-so's house. I got to drop something off." So I said, "Okay." When we get to so-and-so's house, who's standing in front of that house? The same guy that was at Tanya's house. So I walked up to him and I introduced myself and we started talking. Anyway, we started dating back then. This is in high school. We started dating back then. But you know what? Sometimes you're not ready for what God has for you. God has prepared something ahead of you and you're not ready for it. But what God will do is he will put it on hold so that he can prepare you for what he has prepared for you. So we started dating back then. We dated for a while, but again, my brokenness obstructed and broke the relationship. So we went our separate ways. Years later, I went on to prison for 5 years, and he went on to be a very successful man. I got out of prison. I'm serving the Lord. I am just all focused on the Lord. I got out of prison. I'm from New York. So I went back to New York. And then the Lord told me that it was time for me to relocate. And he told me to move to South Florida. I moved to Fort Lauderdale years. I haven't seen or heard from this guy 13 years now. One day while I'm just serving the Lord, I'm in prison ministry, kids ministry, youth ministry. I'm about my Father's business. Okay. And I get a call from the same best friend from back in the day that I was on her front porch and I saw this guy. She calls me and she said, "Nadine, you know what? I've been thinking about so-and-so." And I said, "Oh, whatever happened to him?" She's like, "I don't know. I'm going to do a search to see if I could find him." Now, she's a lawyer. And so she did a search. She found him. The first thing he asked her was, "Whatever happened to Nadine?" And she said, "Matter of fact, Nadine is deeply serving the Lord now. Here's her number." He calls me. You see, because again, hear me. Whatever is for you won't miss you. Whatever God has assigned for you, whatever God has prepared for you, no demon in hell can rob you of what God says is yours. Oh, they may try to delay it. They might, the enemy may try to oppose you. Your mind will even try to oppose you. People will even try to oppose you. But if God says it's for you, nothing and no one can rob you of what God says is yours. No one can shut a door that God says is open to you, that God has opened for you. You just got to make sure you're in position to receive what God says is yours, to steward what God says is yours. Me and that guy, we started talking on the phone from that day that he called me. We got married 6 months later. We've been married for over 20 years. Why? Because whatever is for you won't miss you. You just got to make sure that you are prepared for what God has already prepared for you. Because sometimes we're asking God for something, we're praying for something, and it's not that it's a bad thing that we're praying for. It's just that we're not in position to steward what we're asking God to send our way. So what does God do? God does, if it's assigned to you, what God does is put it on hold until you're ready to steward what he has already prepared for you. And you may say, well, I lost it. No, you didn't. It's just been misplaced. You just got to claim what has been misplaced. I'm thinking of the story in David where his family was taken and David is crying before the Lord. They took my family, they took my kids and all that other stuff. And no, they didn't. Yeah, they took them, but they weren't lost. They were just misplaced. David had to go to the place where his family was and reclaim what was his. So you may say, well, I misplaced it. It's gone. I squandered an opportunity with the job, with the position, with the promotion, with the business. And God is saying, just reclaim it. Ask God to reroute to you what he has already assigned for you. Ask God to reroute to you what he has already prepared for you. Why? Because God, I'm in a different position now. My mindset is in a different position now. My heart is in a different position. I'm ready now to receive the gift that you were trying to give me years ago. I'm ready to steward it now, God. I understand that I can't steward it without you. So I'm ready with your help to steward the relationship, to steward the business, to steward the position, the promotion, whatever it is that that you have prepared for me, that you have assigned to me. I'm in position now, God, to receive it and steward it well. I pray that you will pray that prayer. And here's the thing about God. He's a redeemer. He restores what has been broken. He redeems what we think has been lost. If he can redeem time, he can redeem your opportunities. He can redeem the opportunities that you missed, that you overlooked, that you squandered, that you mishandled. He can redeem those things right back. Matter of fact, I believe that there's a magnet in what God has assigned to you. It's going to find its way to you. Just like this gentleman, my husband now, it's going to find. And sometimes you don't have nothing to do with it. I wasn't involved in that, but God was, and he used a friend named Tanya as a destiny helper to bring two people together that was destined by God for one another. So I pray, I declare, I prophesy over you that whatever is assigned to you will not miss you. Whatever God has for you will not miss you. That whatever door God opens, no man, no person, no demon can shut. Why? Because God says it's yours. So now go and claim before the Lord what he already says is yours. God bless you. This is Nadine Car Chronicles. This is what I'm going to be doing from now on, giving you these stories to encourage you, to strengthen you, to lift you out of your stuckness, to lift you out of feeling, oh, this is it for me. No, it's not. God is still writing that book concerning your life. Just turn the other page. There are more chapters to your book. Whatever God has assigned for you will not miss you. God bless you. Bye.